we are on like Mike Trout trajectory. Hello and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog.
And I'm your host, Adam Peddle. And today we're going to be breaking down the top 5 shortstop in the MLB coming into 2021 season. It's a really tough one, actually. We had to debate this quite a bit this morning.
This was a freaking nail biter, guys. This race, I'm sure that all the shortstops out there are waiting with bated breath for this podcast to come out. And this race was tight. So for anyone that is mentioned, I just want to let you know you are elite.
Yeah.
And yeah,
but not by much. By a hair than the other guys. Just saying.
Not elite?
No, they're elite, but not by much than the other guys who didn't make the list.
Agreed. This is all very, very tight, and we were actually talking about it, and we'll get into it a bit further. But I mean, like, some of the guys who aren't even on the top 5 would be, like, the best players on our team.
Yeah, seriously.
But before we get into that, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the notification button. You know the drill. And of course, Patreon, $3 a month. We will say anything you want.
That's also in the description down below. Super easy to sign up. Super duper easy.
Super easy.
Become part of the community.
What wasn't super easy was to make this list, because for some guys, they're out here putting up all-star performances, and these guys are saying, sorry, not good enough.
No.
You want to start us off with an honorable mention?
Yeah, definitely. So we ended up having like a top 7. So the 2 guys who unfortunately didn't make the cut were Tim Anderson from the Chicago White Sox, and this one's gonna hurt.
This one hurts.
Xander Bogaerts from the Boston Red Sox.
Man,
I so badly wanted to put Xander Bogaerts on the list. Why didn't he make the list?
I don't know. I don't know, actually, man. Let's, like, Xander Bogaerts to me is, and that's what I mean, like, if we were to acquire Xander Bogaerts on the Toronto Blue Jays, I truly think that he would be our best player.
Yeah.
He would straight up be our best player.
Yeah, most polished, most well-rounded, 8 seasons proven in the league, and he continues to get better every year with power and average.
To get better every year, dude. In 2020, he batted for 300, had an on-base percentage of 364, and slugged over 500 at 502.
Yeah, in the last 2 years, he also slugged 522 and 555. So, like, he's slugging. Like, he's added that to his game in the last 3 years of his career.
And I do believe that coming into 2021, Bogaerts is going to be elite. I think that you know what you're getting out of this guy, and he's going to be solid. Why is he not on our top 5? Well, when we get into the next 5, I guess we'll have to explain why we put them over him.
Yeah, exactly.
But he is good.
No, he's awesome.
And he needs to be considered a top player in the MLB.
Yeah.
Tim Anderson, for me, it just came down to the fact that, like, not as much slugging as some of the other guys. As far as batting average, I think that this guy is, like, right up there with DJ LeMahieu. For 2 seasons in a row now, he has been elite.
He won the batting title in 2019, and then he was there competing with him in 2020. Last season.
Yeah, I mean, he hit 322 last year.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks.
No,
like, that is elite, and, like, even I'm saying, like, his slugging, it actually, in the last 2 seasons, he slugged both times over 500. And that's really elite.
That's still
it's
really
like
good.
Again, and both of his on base percentage in the last 2 years have been 357. Realistically, this guy also needs to be considered a top tier guy, and I think that Tim Anderson is only just coming into his own right now.
Yeah, give him like 2 more years, see what he could do. Like, maybe he polishes another part of his game, or there'd be like increasing the power to kind of stand out like from those other guys. But who knows? Who knows? He's a great contact hitter, great on base man.
Yeah, like just an exceptional leadoff hitter.
Yes.
Like everything that you want your leadoff guy to be. He gets on base, he does slug, and he hits for an incredible average.
Absolutely.
And he steals bases too.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Tim Anderson or Xander Bogaerts, and realistically, like I was a little upset to not have them on here.
Yeah, it was painful, but you know, hopefully when we get into our top 5, which was coming right about now.
Nice segue,
nice
buddy. Nice segue.
Right? So here's our number 5 spot.
Who you got?
We've got Trevor Story, and coming in at the number 5 spot, plays for the Colorado Rockies, 5 seasons, 2 All-Star appearances, 2 Silver Sluggers. Nick, what do you like about Trevor Story?
There's so much to like about Trevor Story, but man, guys, we went back and forth and back and forth. I swear to God, I was this freaking close to saying, fuck it, let's just flip a coin and decide.
Yeah.
Because him and Xander Bogaerts are so bloody close. It just came down to the question. We kept asking the question, who do we think realistically is going to have a better season in 2021? And it is fucking close.
Yeah, because here's the thing with Trevor Story and Bogaerts. They're both on the upswing in terms of power. Their last seasons have been incredible. Like, you know, Trevor Story's hit between 289 and 294 for average. He's hit 30-plus home runs, 11 in 2020. And then same with Bogaerts. Like, he's done exceptional as well. Like, we talked about his slugging the last 3 seasons, and he's just keep getting better. However, when I think about Trevor Story, like when I think about who was the best player last year on the team in Colorado, it was Trevor Story. And who do I think is going to have a better year in 162 games on the last year of his contract when he's about to get paid? It's Trevor Story.
Granted, I also think that Xander Bogaerts was the best player on Boston last year too.
Yes, he was. Grant, but like also think about that fact, right? Like that he's on his last year of his contract. People perform better.
I mean, you know? I always get the narrative like people perform better. I try not to like because I do think that there are exceptions to that rule. However, I understand what you're saying. Like the motivation is very clearly gonna be there for Story.
Yeah,
that's not to say that Bogaerts won't also have crazy motivation. And I think he's gonna be great. This came so bloody close. And I also want to say, guys, the Coors effect is very much in effect here for Trevor Story. We were talking to if we were to go for a player right now for the Blue Jays, I would want Xander Bogaerts, and that's because his expected batting average is great. His career batting average is 289, whereas Trevor Story's expected batting average, similar to Nolan Arenado's, is 23 points less than what his actual batting average is. And I do think that Coors Field comes into play here.
But then again, it's like, so then you ask, it's like, so why isn't Bogaerts up there and Story?
Because Trevor Story still plays in Coors Field.
He's still doing it though. So like, you know, give it a year. Maybe he goes and signs, you know, maybe Lindor, Cleveland loses Lindor and somehow they get Story, which I don't know why that would make any sense, but let's just throw it out there as an example. You know, maybe he drops off to 260, but his expected batting average is supposed to be at. So we'll see. But
very close race there for the 5th spot. Coming in at number 4.
Who do we got?
Yeah, we got a guy who and I don't mean Adam and Nick right now. I mean the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays are currently chasing after this guy, potentially trading Lourdes Gurriel Jr. I have said my feelings about that. However, it doesn't change that this guy is very, very good. That guy is Francisco Lindor of the Cleveland Indians. Maybe not for long, but he comes in at the number 4 spot.
Really good. I mean, Lindor is great. He's played 6 seasons, 4 All-Star appearances in that. And like, obviously, we didn't have an All-Star year in 2020, so he's made it out of 4 out of the 5 years, not including his rookie year.
Right.
And then 2 Golden Gloves, 2 Silver Sluggers, and 1 Platinum Glove. So he's just incredible.
Pretty fucking good defensively is what you're saying.
Exactly. And he, in this entire top 5 list, I love the stat WAR. He's had the best WAR, 4.78. So you can't argue with a guy who's literally performing the best, helping your team win the best with the glove, with the bat, everything, with his ability on base.
Yeah.
Incredible stats. What do you like about Lindor?
Pretty much everything that you just said, dude. Like you kind of covered it.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't K a lot. He has been good for 4 years straight. He's coming off of what is considered to be a down year from him last year, and that should be noted. We can't, realistically, if Lindor was having the sort of years that he had from 2015 to 2019 in 2020, he'd probably be number one.
Absolutely.
But because he had a down year, we have moved him down our rankings. He is number 4, and I do think that coming into 2021, he will bounce back, and he will be, the 4th best shortstop in the league. Yeah,
and don't get me wrong, guys. Like, all of these guys have a chance to be number 1. This is just what we're projecting for 2021 based off of the numbers, based off of what they did last year.
And, so, but Lindor's slugging was down last year. He hit 415 in the slugging area. Yeah. Typically, he's over 500.
And he's a 2-time Silver Slugger.
Exactly. So we want to see that improve, especially if we get him on the Blue Jays. If we get him on the Blue Jays, we are not getting him from his 2020 season. We will be getting him from the 2015 to 2019 season. That's what we would be looking for out of Lindor if he's on the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and hey, maybe he's trying to get paid too in his last year of his contract, and he puts up.
That is also true. We cannot forget about that. This guy also wants to get paid.
He wants to get paid.
Yeah, dude. All right.
He's great. Yeah. Number 3?
Number 3, bro. Number 3. This guy. This was also a tough one.
This one was so tough too.
This has been a fucking roller coaster, everyone. I just want to say, this is ridiculous.
This literally, like I was standing right there. You were sitting over there, and I was just like, oh man, okay, well, let's talk. And then we were talking about number 3, number 2 for so long.
Yeah, we flopped back and forth.
And then we're like, okay, we have to leave this. We gotta like let this sit for a bit and go back to it.
We inevitably went with Corey Seager, the World Series MVP, coming in at number 3.
And the NLCS MVP.
MVP. Yeah, I mean, this guy has been very, very, very elite. And he came off of a great year last year, hitting .307, on-base percentage .358, slugging of .585. That is the number that fucking sticks out to me. Yeah. Why is he 3rd?
Well, he's 3rd for this reason in my mind. So, everyone knows about the injury in 18.
Right.
He got injured. He made his Rookie of the Year campaign in 2016. He won Rookie of the Year, obviously. He was
This guy was fucking lights out.
He was amazing.
When he was like popping off in 2016, and whatever.
You could even make an argument that he was even looking like a Tatis, like where he was coming in and he was exploding, and then in the next year, he also followed up with a really good 17 campaign. Didn't increase, but he was, good.
Solid.
If I'm just took the average here. Hit .308 in his Rookie of the Year, and then in 17 he hit .295, so good. Then 18, he played, I think it was like 35 games or something like that. Injury.
The dude got messed up. He got messed up.
Messed up big time, And then 19 he came back. He was good, but wasn't at that ceiling. But then in 2020, we saw the Rookie of the Year come back and excel. And these are some of his metrics that I wanted to throw out here that is incredible. He is top 5 in barrel percentage, top 3 in exit velo, top 2 in hard hit and WOBA, and top 1 in expected batting average and expected slugging. Top 1%, guys, not top 1 in the league.
That is pretty elite.
So how could you argue with that? But what is it? The injury? Is that it?
Well, I just because when we look at who our 2 and 1 are, I think that the fact that this guy didn't have the best 2019 is factoring into this, and these guys did have really good 2019s and really good 2020s. So I think that is why he's 3rd and potentially not higher. But one thing I want to say though, and this is universal in sports, is when somebody goes down with a season ender or like a big they're just like getting like fucked like all season long, like injuries here, injuries it's like
can't stay on the field.
Ow.
They can't.
It takes longer. Like people expect, they're back, they're healthy, they're good to go. It takes them a while to get into the rhythm of things.
Yeah, especially baseball, like a lot of it's timing. A lot. It's repetition timing. And if you're not 100%, you could be off slightly and hit ground balls. And
exactly, bro.
Over.
Exactly. I hate to. You can tell that we're football themed today, obviously. Last game of the regular season that we're filming this on, but I always hate to bring it back to Green Bay. But I think back to.
Everyone loves the Green Bay.
It's like when Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone and went out for the entire season. It has taken him a while to get back to his elite performance, and we're seeing it this year. And Corey Seager, could I believe that is exactly what happened there, and 2020 was him getting back to that elite level, and that it will be this continuing onwards for him?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I could see him easily being number one, because here's the thing. The argument was, with Corey Seager, he's a monster. He's going to put up great numbers next year. Just to also,
the RBIs are going to be
RBIs are going to be messed up.
Because what does he bat there? Fourth?
Yeah. Well, Turner's if he leaves, he might even bat third. You know, because it's gonna be him and Bellinger.
Yeah, right.
But
right.
You know, in a shortened season,
and Betts
and Betts.
Don't forget about that guy.
Betts the leadoff guy,
but
right?
That's what I mean. Like, we're gonna be batting in that guy who
right?
will be on base.
Incredible. Like, you know, his WAR. You know, back in his early years, was like 5.2, 5.3. And then in the shortened season, it was 2.1. So if it was a full season, he could have easily
at like
exceeded 6, 7. Like,
right.
he's incredible. You know, he's going to have a great year. However, our number 2 guy is also going to have a great year.
Really elite. And guys, okay, number 2, Trea Turner. That is number 2 for us right now. Now, before we break this down, I just want to say that Trea Turner and Corey Seager are really bloody close. However, they're different player types.
Yeah, they're different.
When you look at them, like Trea Turner is the epitome of what you want your leadoff guy to be. He is an elite 1 or 2 in the lineup. And I'm not saying that Corey Seager isn't elite there.
No.
But he's an amazing 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the difference here. Turner is so good with the batting average, bro.
Yeah, like his batting average is 296 in his career. And like this is like classic leadoff hitter, like back in the olden days. It's kind of changing now. Now leadoff hitters are like they're having a lot more power. But
they can be. Like, it feels like Springer has kind of changed our mindset about what a leadoff guy can be.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm a classic man, and I believe your leadoff guy's gotta have some sort of threat with his legs, because you want to get your 2, 3, 4 hitters fastballs.
I agree.
You want to get them fastballs. And Trea Turner, between 16 and 19, years 16 and 19, he averaged 39.25 stolen bases a season. That's incredible. He's always in the top tier of stolen bases.
Yep. And let's not forget that when we're talking about Corey Seager being a slugging threat who batted a slugging percent or a slugging of 585 last year, Turner's was 588.
Yeah.
So he can slug.
He
had an on-base percentage of 394.
Oh, my.
394. So this guy is getting on base. He is slugging the baseball right now. He's just, he's being incredible.
And he flirted with an OPS of 982. So he was flirting with 1.
He's right around that 1 area.
And that's why I want to see more games from Trea Turner. So it's like he boomed. Like, he's been always good. He's good. I wrote little like graphs on my thing just to see the trajectory. All of them are like this.
Nice.
But last year he was just like bloop. He like went up. So you know, that kind of reminds me of the Rendon situation, where he's been good, and then like 1 year he just went bam, and that was Rendon's 2019. This is Trea Turner's 2020. Now that he's kind of had to not fill in for Rendon, but you know, step up a bit more. He'd stepped up a lot more, and that's why he's our number 2, because he's been doing it for 6 seasons. And he has never gotten an All-Star game.
I was literally just gonna say that, dude. That seems like robbery to me.
Yeah, like
that seems ridiculous.
Who's getting the All-Star games in the NL? Like,
no idea. We need to break it all down and look at it. But it's like the fact that this guy has been snubbed
let us know, guys.
The whole time seems ridiculous. However, I will say I don't think he will be snubbed in 2021.
Nope.
Unless he gets a crazy injury. One thing I always look at is expected batting average, and this guy has an excellent one with 288.
Yes, excellent.
So it's not just luck. He is truly Truly a great player.
Yes.
Somebody that I really want leading off or batting second.
The question for us, we always ask this question when we're debating between two guys. We're like, who would we want on the Jays? Okay,
all of them.
So all of them, of course. But it was like Turner or Seager. And it's like Seager would be great batting in the middle lineup, and then but also Turner. It's like I know he'll be
Turner.
off.
But Turner would just be It's so
great.
tough. It's so tough.
Who's the best shortstop in the league, Nick?
We have the one, the only, Bob.
No.
Yeah, no, I know.
It can't be Bo.
It can't be. Guys, we couldn't put Bo Bichette on this list. Sadly, it's too small of a sample size. He's been good, but he's gotten hurt.
Yep.
You know what? After 2021, potentially, if we have a crazy good year for Bo Bichette, he could be on here. Somebody who has been compared to him, though, who has been talked about being like these will be the guys for years to come, is Tatis Jr., and he's the number one guy coming into 2021.
Woo! Yo, I know a lot of those new Padre subscribers are going, yes, this is why we love this podcast. These guys, they know exactly what's up.
We're looking out for you guys.
We got you guys.
We see that organization.
Oh.
And I think it's on crack.
And I've said this probably a bunch of times in the comments, and I'm like, I'm really waiting for that San Diego and Blue Jays showdown in the World Series coming soon.
That would be elite. Tatis versus Bo. As of right now, though, the smart money is going on Tatis.
Yeah.
This guy has been fucked. And you want to talk about short sample size, because this has been a short sample size. He's only batted or had at-bats for like one season worth of at-bats.
Yeah, like 550 or something like that, like roughly.
But when you look at what he's done in that time, it's like, we are on like Mike Trout trajectory.
You tell me about his StatCast ratings, because I know you were like saying it to me this morning. It's messed up,
buddy. Okay, like for those of you who've been around this podcast for a while, you gotta know that we here at Blue Jays Today have deep respect for Nelson Cruz.
Yes,
this guy hits the ball Nelson Cruz hard.
Yeah.
He hits the ball Nelson Cruz hard. 100%. Like, that's literally like the best we can be. Like, top 1% in hard hit, exit velo, and barrel percentage last year. That's fucked up. 99th percentile in expected batting.
Oh my God.
Everything about his game so far has been crazy, and the production numbers show it.
My graph is just like, he's going up, he's going up, he's going up. And I truly, before I make this little statement, and I know Padres fans, you're going to want to hear this statement that I have.
Ooh, juicy, spicy.
Like, what?
Those Padre fans are getting hot right now.
So for those who don't know much about Tatis, if you don't, you're here for a reason. You're about to learn. His career batting average, 301, on base, 374, slugging 582, and his OPS is 956. And this is a one-season sample size. Mm-hmm. I project in 2021 with a full season, he's going to break records.
Well, I mean, I think we're gonna get records. Like if you look at that one season sample size, like I'll just tell you his production numbers based on what has been a one season sample size so far. He'd have 111 runs, 39 home runs, 98 RBIs, and 27 stolen bases. And that's in like two separate seasons. Yep. We can't really, transfer this into one thing. I think this guy's going to have over 100 runs. He's going to have over 100 RBIs. He's going to have over 35 home runs.
I think even over 40.
Actually, yeah, fuck it. Like 100 percentile, 100 percentile.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, of course.
Literally.
What am I even saying? Over 40.
You know how much at-bats per home runs he's averaging? 14.3 at-bats per home runs. 14.3 at-bats per home runs. That's like one every 3 to 4 games.
Wow.
One every 3 to 4 games.
Fucking
so wait, let's just pretend like he gets better. And he hits. This is messed up if he doesn't. I'm gonna get my calculator out.
Yeah,
here.
Get out the numbers. Let's calculate this shit.
My phone is. Here we go.
Nice.
Okay. So if let's say he increases to 13 at bats per home.
Well, that's ridiculous.
13. Okay, and let's say he gets 600 at bats. Okay, let's say he plays a lot. He's gonna He's going to hit 46 home runs. I'm saying it. He's going to hit at least 45 home runs next year.
Yeah, if he stays healthy for a whole year, I think he's going to do it. And the reason that we put this guy over some of these other guys who have had long-ass careers and have been elite for time, because we know that this guy's had a shortened sample sizes. We always come back to the question, who is going to have the best year in 2021? I think it will be Tatis.
Oh, yeah.
And also, there's been nothing about this guy's game that hasn't been Hall of Fame worthy so far.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if back in 2018, he had come up and he had struggled and he had been bad and then broken out. Okay, maybe I can see that, it took some time. But since this guy's been in the league, he's been one of the best MLB players.
Yes.
He shows zero signs of stopping that, and realistically, he can really only go up from here. Hopefully, he doesn't get an injury like Corey Seager did.
Yes, and that would be devastating. And, this is why I also like the San Diego Padres team build, is because they had Tatis come in and immediately made an impact. Now, people could argue, Blue Jays fans can argue, Bo Bichette came in, made an impact, but he's been injured and
the injury's been slowing him down.
I mean, if we're comparing them to literally he's not on this list, but look, give Bo a full season. Now I want to see. And has Tatis had a full season? Not really, but you can't argue with the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers you just can't.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why we're saying if Bo was to come out in 2021 and fuck shit up, then for our 2022 list, he may be on here.
What would Bo need to do to make it on this list next year? Roughly.
Well, I mean, he'd need to do better than these guys. He'd need to do better than most of the shortstops. But I think numbers wise, we're looking at
some numbers.
Probably upwards of 285 with a on-base percentage of 350 or higher and a slugging of over 500 for sure.
Yeah.
We're looking at probably at least 90 runs, probably at least 90 RBIs, and over 30 home runs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it realistically, to make this list, it probably needs to be even better.
Yeah,
than that.
even better.
Probably needs to be 100.
Yeah, it would need to be an all-star year.
Yeah, he needs to function. He need to be, and that's why he need to be one of the best shortstops.
Yeah,
he needs to be one of the best shortstops in the league.
Because all these guys at one point have been the best shortstop.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
And
that's why they're all here. Where Bo, he hasn't been.
No,
he hasn't been.
Not yet. So yeah, I will amend what I just said. I will say that he's probably got to do even more. He's probably got to get over 110 runs, over 100 RBIs, over 35 home runs.
Yeah, he's got to blow.
He's got to really.
He's got to have a 1.0 OPS.
Very, very, very elite.
Yeah.
Maybe 950 OPS.
He's got to just be incredible.
Because that'd be the only I'd say that if he does that, he will make our list in 2020.
Because here's the thing. You have Bogarts and Tim Anderson waiting in the wings to join the top 5.
Yeah,
and you got to be better than those guys.
Bogarts and Tim Anderson, I can tell you right now, aren't going anywhere.
No.
They are probably only gonna get better. Tim Anderson scares me a crap load. I'm sure if you've again been a fan of this podcast for a while, I have a deep jealousy of the Chicago White Sox and how they have built their organization.
It's like Padres, White Sox. We look at them, we're like, we want to be you.
I desperately want to be.
We want to be at your level.
Where they are at right now. And
we're coming, though. We're coming.
It's just their entire thing. I'm just like, this is
it.
Promising.
This is what we're going towards. And guys, we are headed towards there. There's no way we're stopping. We're headed there.
Mm-hmm.
Where I truly believe, as a Blue Jays fan, we are headed to elite levelness, and we just got to stay patient. I know it's been a long off season and it's been crazy with COVID and all these injuries and underperforming with Vlad and our pitching, and it's been vacant, but it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
More wave prospects are coming, more improvement from the guys we already have, and free agents, they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be competing in the AL East soon.
Let's do it. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments down below about our list. Who got snubbed here? Because there are so many shortstops out there that we wanted to include. Obviously, there's only 5, and we had to make it this. So tell us who would be in your top 5 and who you'd move up, who you'd move down.
Yeah, guys, and make sure in our description to check out our Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcast. I always mess that up.
You do, yeah.
I want you to say it more now.
Okay.
You say it really good. You say it fast.
Guys, make sure to follow us on Anchor, Breaker, Radio Public, Google Podcasts. I can also check us out on Spotify. Fuck, see, now you have me in my head. Because I always go, I think I start with, you can check us out on Spotify, Google
Podcasts.
I don't know how I do it now.
Guys, it's all in the description.
How do I do it? Can somebody comment down below how I normally do
it? I know it's an order on the graphic.
Yeah, like I do it really well, but now
it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this top 5 video, and we'll be having more podcasts coming out soon. Also, if you guys want to support the community, become a Patreon member. $3 a month. And you guys get to ask any question on the show. And hey, even soon, maybe I'm spoiling something, but there could be some more benefits coming if you become a Patreon down the line for this upcoming season.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays go.